Hey guys, I'm Geoff Fienberg back with you for oddschecker.com. Here breaking down the Houston Open. This will be my final golf video before Masters previews start dropping into the OddsChecker feed. Like, sub, so they'll come right into your feed, and comment. Tell me which prop bets you like for this week at the Houston Open, 1 week before the Masters. We gave the outright card. It is already sitting there in the OddsChecker feed. Go check that out. We will not be adding any outrights today, which has sometimes been a habit of mine, to take an extra sleep and play an extra outright body. I've got a couple top 10s, a top 5, and an outright play here for you right now. I'll start off this with Corey Conners, top 5, 5-1, plus 500 on the OddsChecker grid. Appears to be the consensus number here, guys. Last year, Conners won in Texas the week before the Masters. I believe even Monday qualified for that. It was quite an amazing accomplishment. Granted, it's a completely different time of year and a completely different event in Texas. Corey Conners, who normally plays well on Bermuda grass and in Florida, has no problem with the surfaces, has no problem playing with the wind. I believe this is a layout that works very well for Corey. He was also par 5 scoring. His par 5 scoring has been absolutely phenomenal. And just like Sherwood a couple weeks ago, we have 5 par 5s here, guys. I want to say he was 4th in the field at par 5 scoring in that Sherwood event. I could expect a similar performance this week from Conners. Conners, I literally almost put into the outright card this week. Just didn't have the courage to do it. I haven't lost nearly as much money on Corey Conners as I had anticipated in the 2020 PGA Tour calendar year, not season, because we know how wonky that is. Yeah, haven't really found many opportunities to play him. If this field wasn't so strong, ending up being the week before the Masters, I probably would have bet Corey to win this thing outright. But instead, I am going to move backwards and play that plus 500 Corey Conners inside the top 10 this week in Houston. Cam Davis over at Will Hill giving us a plus 650, clearly the best number when using that OddsChecker grid. Cam Davis, the young Aussie. Give me the top 10 on Cam Davis. This guy literally never loses strokes off the tee. When I say never, I mean maybe once, 2 times tops a year. And if so, it's a marginal number. His putting could be a bit of a concern, but I have seen that trending up between his ability to keep that ball in play off the tee and his irons. I like Cam Davis, of all those guys, sort of north of 50-1 this week, to have a really solid week in Houston. I'm going to play the Cameron Davis, plus 750 as my top 10 this week. Sorry, 650. Apologies. Plus 650. That one is over at OddsChecker. That one is over at Will Hill. Using the OddsChecker grid, I identified that is by far and away the best number to invest in Cam Davis on the top 10 this week. Moving on. I don't know, this is the part where people love me or hate me or laugh at me. I don't bet Tony Finau to win tournaments without supplementing it with sometimes a top 10, sometimes a top 5. Historically, that's proven to be very profitable in me not losing my entire shirt on Tony Finau when I'm able to supplement the outright losses with nibbles in his ability to consistently place. I do believe this event works tremendously for Tony Finau. I have bet Tony Finau to win this event at 22-1 using that OddsChecker grid. I talk glowingly about it in the outright picks video, which you can find in the OddsChecker video feed and on this webpage above if you are on oddschecker.com. Tony Finau, top 5. Top 5 plus 500 is the number I'm getting on the OddsChecker grid for this this week. I don't really feel I need to sell it. T5 Tony. I believe he can win. I believe Houston sets up for him. We had to miss Tony a few weeks ago with the COVID diagnosis. He came back last at Sherwood, and I'm trying to remember what event Sherwood was. CJ Cup and Zozo at Sherwood. And he had the lead on Saturday. And then he made a triple bogey because he got really aggressive in a bad spot with his second and was sort of never heard from since. Tony went off in the final group at the Masters last year and was probably in a good position to win with Francesco Molinari until he got to the first tee and Tiger Woods stared at him in the eye. But I think he can hopefully, we'll see. I'm expecting a nice little week from Tony next week at Augusta. I don't actually know if I'm going to bet him, although you can't put a price of peace on mind. Tony Finau also, though, I'm going to go a full unit and a half. Tony Finau minus 115 that he beats Brooks Koepka head-to-head this week in a 72-hole matchup. A lot of love for Brooks Koepka this week, and I understand it. People want to make the comparisons that they can bet him in the 20s this week, and they can bet him at 12 next week to win the Masters. This week is, of course, that he helped redesign. I don't really care for any of that. I really don't. I don't even care for the fact that he came second the week before a major at the St. Jude this year. We were on him. That was actually the first week I did videos for Odds Checker, the week before the PGA Championship. He lost to Justin Thomas down the stretch. That would have been a fun way to start. But he was playing then. Granted, he was playing hurt. He was at least playing. I have no interest in betting a guy unless his name is Adam Scott, who hasn't played in months. Adam Scott, to me, is the only player in the world that can jump out of an airplane like James Bond, land, and win a golf tournament. I'm not betting Adam Scott this week. I believe this is his first event post-COVID. But Brooks Koepka with the Masters next week, to me, golf's too hard. I don't care what he says. Golf is too hard to pick up a golf club, especially your wedges and putters, and be at a form that can win you a PGA Tour event with a field that I believe is much stronger than I had anticipated. I think if Brooks Koepka shows any signs of life, he becomes instantly very live for next week. I'm not besmirching his chances of winning the Masters at all. But I believe he might have a focus, just trying to get a feel back this week, more so than playing to contend. Granted, if he's in contention early, there's enough money, I think it's all going to feel good. But I've made my point. I'm not looking for any Brooks Koepka this week. I don't care that he helped design a golf course. What's this place called? Memorial Park? Like, any of these guys can't do 1.5 practice rounds and know exactly what this place is going to do? 5 par 5s. Again, I don't know. I don't see this as some, great advantage to Brooks Koepka, especially since he hasn't played in forever. That's just my opinion. I don't see any line value in it, even though you compare it to the Masters odd, which is a harder event to win against a stronger field. I don't care. I'd argue the Masters odd is ridiculous in the first place, so I don't even care to compare it. Anyhow, that's me. I'll be back. More content. Like, sub, comment. Tell me how much you like Brooks Koepka this week and how crazy I am. Feel free to do it. I'm here. I'd rather you tell me before the tournament than after. I'll respect you more. But like, support me, and sub. So all that Masters content and even some Week 9 NFL suckers will drop right into your feed. I'm Geoff Fienberg. Let's have a great Houston Open and a lead up to the granddaddy of them all. Not the Rose Bowl, the Masters. I cannot wait. You see that smile? Can't smack it off my face. I'm out.